Okay, this video is for R230 about SL55. So like all the rear weather stripping is most of the time like not completely attached, and it allows water to pass through. Each car you're gonna look at this area, you will see rust, like a line of rust. You can clearly see this thin line of rust, about like 5 millimeters, 4 millimeters wide. So when you're gonna remove the weather stripping, you partially open the roof, stop it in the middle. There's like two 8 millimeter nuts from both sides, and the weather stripping will still hold on these sides. So like you can use either plastic or something like that, like a plastic card, to kind of like cut it off gently, because this is like a thin piece of metal attached to the glass. After that, like I don't know like how you're gonna do it. I'm not completely finished yet. So like you take away the old weather stripping and make sure you wash very good inside, so you can use some kind of like tweezers or something like that, put it in and kind of like scrape gently up and down underwater. Like you will have some rust pieces coming off. A lot of times you do it until nothing inside, and let's say your tweezers move freely. At least like that's what I was doing. I tried the glue gun. As for this part, not very nice, not very easy. Kind of like comes off, but not so nice. And the foamy stuff, I was just like using my finger, so like part of my finger, like the skin is gone. I was using like a hot air blowing on the weather stripping in this area, and simultaneously, you know, like moving the foam, kind of like trying to get rid of it. Not sure how I'm gonna finish with that one, but as for the rust from here, you wanna use something like this attachment to the drill. This way, if you think about like this block, where is it? I don't know, where is it? The sand block. I tried to use it with hand, but it takes so much time. Not worth it. So after that, since this is like some kind of like style iron style, this is not aluminum but iron, I used phosphoric acid, Coca-Cola, phosphoric acid minus 85 concentration, H3PO4, and I just use a small amount, and here is the Home Depot small sponge, but the acid will eat it, so just be careful. So you open it halfway and you start to kind of like covering all the areas. Make sure that you have some kind of like bubbles with the underpaint. Break it and vacuum after that, and just cover with acid. So like at the top here I wasn't clearing it, but you can see that now it's kind of like partially black, partially white, not white but like steel color, shiny. That's the acid ate it. When it's eating it, it transforms it into the oxide layer that protects it from air and moisture coming in. Blah blah blah. And since the roof constantly closing, I'm tired of, you know, whenever it's going to close, every 7 minutes, you have to do something, like either move it a little bit forward, a little bit back. And I decided just like I need to kill the engine, so I put 2 pieces of plastic, thin plastic, in here. So you want to like either somebody to help you, either you can spit on the side over here and just attach it. Like this, and it holds. So since it's holding, you don't need actually people, you can use some kind of like tape to attach it. And on this side I still had some rust, so like at the top by the area where the metal meets the glass, so I just added a little bit more of the acid, and now it started to transform it into some kind of like oxide layer. Now it's black, not just rusty color. And inside I had my roof and interior cover around the rear windshield detached because the glue that they used kind of like fall apart, disconnected from the cover. So I decided like I need to attach it back. As over here, as this part, when it comes in this, like halfway, you will see some kind of like pins, plastic push pin holding this interior part inside. So I just was pushing it out and kind of like took it out of this push pin, and after that pushed the pin out from the inside, use pliers and stuff like that. And here is like some kind of like a block, and on the other side the block looks like this, and it's Torx 20, I think, so also need to be reattached later on. I'll just use JB weld. 5 screws in the front, and you kind of like gently pry it down. You'll have 2 push style attachments. No, let me see. No. Like this. Here and here. You also take them out. And I also took out all of these. So I'll use JB weld. Okay. And also you want to clean all these rubbers while the roof is halfway up, halfway down. But just make sure you don't put your fingers in the middle when you hear this. Let's say on my car it's like making some kind of like noise before dropping the roof either way. And after cleaning it with let's say I was using like Windex, you need to use some kind of Mercedes, let's see. See what's going on there. Some kind of like Mercedes, I think it's just silicone, but I decided like to buy one from them just in case, because if it's gonna eat something, if I'm gonna use something else and it's gonna eat the rubber, it's gonna be more expensive. But this small thing is like 40 bucks. So after you clean everything, I didn't clean here very well, but after you clean everything, you need to reapply it with, while you're gonna be in gloves, add a little bit on the hand and work it Don't forget to work everywhere. Here are some drainage, like holes where the water from the rain should go down. It was blocked. Same on the other side. Kind of like that. Same stuff in the front. I cleaned all of this stuff. Rubber needs maintaining. Okay, that's it.